Hello, good afternoon. My name is Stephanie Keith, and first of all, I just want to thank all of my supporters. I've had so much support from my colleagues, from my friends, from strangers, from National Press Photographers Association, the New York Press Photographers Association, my fantastic lawyer here. So I just want to first of all thank everyone for their support, and thank you also for coming today. Background about me, I am a single mother of 2 teenagers, which is a job in and of itself. I am a taxpayer in the city of New York and a homeowner in Brooklyn. I've been working in the news business in New York for the last 20 years. I've worked for most news organizations, including the New York Daily News, the New York Times, Reuters, Getty, and Bloomberg. So I'm really grateful and thankful that I can make a living and support my children by working as a news photographer. So I cover a lot of protests, yes, but I also have a very deep portfolio. I do a lot of stories about Native American life all over the country. I do environmental stories, and I also do lots of stories about LGBTQ plus people and their struggles in America. So let's talk about the day of the arrest. So that day in the morning, I was on assignment for Getty Images covering the E. Jean Carroll trial. After the trial concluded, my colleagues said, hey, there's a vigil on Houston Street. Do you want to, let's all go. And so I said, okay, I was a little hesitant, but I said, okay, let's go. So we went to the vigil and we started out on the subway platform. And on the subway platform, people were chanting Jordan Neely's name and saying, say his name, Jordan Neely, say his name. And we were there documenting the platform. And then one of my colleagues said, oh, there's arrest happening on the street level. So we all the photographers there went up to the street level. And when we got to the street level, it was just like chaos. There was I was on the sidewalk and the protesters were screaming. And then I looked into the street and I saw a violent arrest of a person I now know is Jordan Westbrook. And this person had blood all over their face. So I went from the sidewalk into the street to photograph the arrest, where there was already surrounded by other press photographers. And I tried to make my way to get a photo of what was going on. Then there was another arrest. So the photographers moved over to the other arrest all together as a group. And once that arrest had concluded, the NYPD took those 2 people to the police van, where everybody was trying to get a picture of Jordan Westbrook because there was blood all over this person's face. So once those 2 people were put into the police van, the police put a cordon around the police van. That's how the NYPD operates. They have an arrest and then they put a cordon around that arrest. And press photographers are on the outside of that cordon trying to look in to document what's going on. So when we went to the police van, there was another cordon all around the police van, and the press photographers were outside of that cordon trying to get a shot of the people inside of the police van. Once they had concluded that arrest, the police said they wanted to open up traffic, so everyone had to get onto the sidewalk. So I got onto the sidewalk, and I was on the sidewalk, walking up and down the sidewalk, trying to figure out what else was happening. And then from the sidewalk, I saw a group push into the street, and I thought, oh, that must be another arrest happening. So I saw the police make a cordon around their arrest, and I saw my friend Adam Gray leave the sidewalk and go off to around the cordon to try to get a better angle. And so I hesitated for a moment, but then I followed Adam around the cordon to try to get a photo of the arrest. And before I could even get close to the arrest, I couldn't even see who was arrested. I saw Adam get shoved by this big man who I now know is Officer Shell. And then I felt my arm being grabbed and I got pulled back to the area where all the other police were into the cordon. And from there, 2 other police officers, one grabbed each arm and put my arms behind my back. And then I suddenly realized, oh my God, I think I'm getting arrested. So I said to them, I'm Press, I'm a journalist. And they said, no, you're not, you're arrested. And so I kept repeating, but I'm Press. And I clearly had my press pass on me at the time, as well as my 2 cameras. And then they put the handcuffs on me, and right then, after the handcuffs were on me, I just saw this wall of photographers in the street photographing me and yelling, she's Press, she's a journalist. And obviously it fell on deaf ears because the police took me to the police van and put me into the police van. I saw a member of DCPI at the door of the police van, and I said, DCPI, well, what's going on here? I'm Press, why am I being arrested? And he said, I don't know, we'll figure it out. And then the door shut, and the whole time I was arrested, I had the zip ties on my hands behind my body, and I had my big backpack with equipment and also my laptop, and it kept pressing on my zip ties, getting them tighter and tighter and tighter, to the point where I could not even feel my thumbs anymore. And I kept asking the police, can you please loosen my zip ties, or can you please just let me take the backpack off so that doesn't keep making my zip ties tighter. And they kept saying, no, we can't do that, no, we can't do that, so I had to suffer all the way first to the 7th precinct, and where they actually took the zip ties off and my backpack off and put on metal cuffs, and then we went to the 9th precinct. And my wrists have been bruised and my thumbs are numb, and I'm still in pain from that incident. So I think that's everything.
Thank you. So I think we're also getting from Bruce Kotler from the New York Press Photography Association.